What is up, everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of the podcast series where I am with the myth, or the man, the myth, the legend, Dylan, aka the Big Dog,
Howdy.
and today we got some things to talk about. But before that, as I will remind you, if you enjoy this content, make sure to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more content, as we will be posting these weekly. I don't know what the hell we're going to be talking about next week, but um, we can get into that later. Um, so, the first week of the MLB playoffs is over with. Um, there was a bunch of surprises, and there's a bunch of not really surprises. Um, So I think we should get into it. It was a pretty exciting week. There was a bunch of sweeps. There's only two series that went to a game three, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Uh-huh.
Um, so the Rays they Blue Jays 2-0 in the series. I kind of expected that. The
Yeah.
Yankees actually defeated the Indians 2-0. Goddamn Indians, dude. Uh, oh my god. They have a 9-8 lead heading into the top of the ninth of Game 2, and they blow it. And I believe they had a lead in Game 1 too, didn't they? I'll have to look, but
Oh, wait, I don't know. That was the game Shane Bieber gave up like 7 runs.
oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, Bieber choked. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. They didn't even get into the October, for Christ's sake. Their last game was September 30th. They didn't even get into October baseball, which I honestly think if the playoffs is October, it should start October 1st. You know, just
Yeah,
so
they really wanted to push it or something.
yeah, they should just have it just so it's actually October baseball instead of late September baseball. But anyways,
Actually, I just got an idea. I know, not to interrupt, but
oh sorry, you're
we
good.
could talk about in another video the maybe baseball rules and what we think could if they're good or if they could do better.
Potentially, yeah, that could be a good idea. Um, but the first shocker, the first upset. Honestly, the Yankees defeating the Indians wasn't a big upset, even though it was a 5 beating a 4. Not an upset, because if they were fully healthy,
Yankees were
they
definitely a better team, though.
yeah they're the way better team. But the
The
first
Indians are good, but the Yankees would probably be a number one if it wasn't for injuries or if they had more games, probably.
yeah, but and they proved that today. We'll get into that later. Um, the first surprise was the Astros beating the Twins. Actually, I don't know if it really is a surprise. That's like their 18th straight playoff loss. Pathetic.
Yeah. And they
Um,
perfectly with our choking teams for me.
yeah, the Twins are your second favorite team. Like, good thing I don't have a second favorite. I probably should pick one out. Um, but yeah, the first series to go to a game three, the Athletics and the White Sox. I knew that was going to go to game three. I knew that series was so unpredictable. But for the White Sox, this was a successful season. No matter how you put it, you make the playoffs after all the investing you did in the off season. You make the postseason. You get a postseason win, and I think it is a successful season. Just keep bolstering up the roster in the off season, and I think you can make a bigger push next season if you make the right moves. But
Their hitting's good. They just need to get another starter.
yeah,
We should look at Trevor Bauer, honestly.
they probably will. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be shocked if like the White Sox or hell even maybe the Braves if they decide, because they always give out big 1 year contracts. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave Bauer like $30 million over one season.
I mean, Bauer did say he likes 1 year deals, so this is
Yeah, they gave Dallas Keuchel a 1 year deal. They gave Josh Donaldson a $23 million 1 year deal. Um, they
Cole Hamels.
Cole Hamels this year. Yeah, they just love giving out 1 year deals because they know that if it's a hit or miss, I mean, hell, it worked out for Donaldson. He's now got a $120 million contract with the Twins.
Yep.
But anyway, all right, National League time. We're gonna skip the Brewers series for now. Obviously, they lost, but we'll get into that in depth later. The second series to go to a game three, the Padres and Cardinals. The Padres came back from a 1-0 deficit. The Cardinals were with the only win in the division in the playoffs. Oh
Yep.
God. And Fernando Tatis Jr. is probably my second favorite player in the MLB. With number one being Yelich, of course. But he wasn't exciting this year, but he'll be back next year. Guarantee it.
If everything's normal, yeah.
Yeah, it better be. I really wanted to go. You know, I think if it was normal, I would have wanted to go to like 5 games like we did with the Bucks.
Yeah.
We're still owed one more game, but that's
I mean,
not
I actually
relevant.
wanted to see them, but of course that didn't happen, obviously.
Yeah, that sadly. But I probably saved a lot of money, so I'll take it.
Yep.
I can't believe the last game we went to, we literally ate like 90% of the hot dogs.
Yep.
But all right, the Marlins actually defeated the Cubs 2-0. I did not see that coming. I did not. um, I honestly did not even. I thought the Cubs were gonna pull it out, but I'm glad they didn't, cause screw them. Um,
Yeah. Cubs, honestly, I think they need to rebuild.
yeah,
Their team's not working. They should be. They need to move on. I think.
they're probably gonna get rid of their GM, which I wouldn't be shocked.
They just fall flat.
I wouldn't be shocked if they got rid of their GM.
Theo Epstein, yeah. I think he is on his final year coming up or something, so I won't be surprised if he moved on.
Yeah, we could take him. Get rid of Stearns. We can take him. He rebuilt the Cubs. Why not rebuild us to a championship team?
That costs money, Seth.
Oh yeah. No, you'll never get another cent out of me. You remember that scene, right?
Yep.
God.
We'll talk about the Brewers, though. Not why we said that.
But, yeah. Remember when we said the Reds were going to the NLCS?
They got the pitching to do it. They're hitting. Their goddamn hitting didn't show up.
Yeah. Remember when they said they were dangerous? Oh, they're dangerous, all right. They had 11 hits in game one with 0 runs. The frickin' Braves struck out 21 goddamn times and still won that goddamn game. Only the Brewers would love to do that. They strike out so goddamn much.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Man. But I guess we can get into that series now. I just can't believe that the Reds didn't even take a game or even get a goddamn run. But I will say, what kind of cost them in game one, I did watch a little bit of it. Nick Castellanos, I don't remember his name, but somebody hit a single or a base hit into left field, and Nick Castellanos tried to go to 3 instead of just taking the second base. He tried to extend the play, and he got out. He got thrown out by a mile, and that kind of messed up. That went to 2 outs. So that kind of messed him up. I feel like I believe it was a base hit after that too. I don't remember, but I feel like maybe they could have potentially taken advantage if Castellanos would have stayed at second. Who knows? I don't know. But I feel like that's kind of what maybe cost them a run. They could have won it earlier, but yeah, you gotta. Every play matters in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I saw that. I'm like, ooh, he tried to extend it. But yeah. Now we can move on to the most important series of them all: the Brewers and the Dodgers. Oh
What a
boy.
series.
All right. Well, are we shocked?
We actually did. I'll give the Brewers credit. We actually did. We kept up with them. Actually, pretty dang good. Actually,
Yeah, we did.
our pitching was insane. Actually,
We kept
we
up
kept
with.
them to 4 and 3 runs. I think in both of them games. That's pretty damn good.
We kept up with them until the fifth inning of Game 2. Judge Jerko should have picked that. That would have not had the Dodgers score any runs. But
Also, Rios shoved through that one better as well.
true.
His throw was pretty crappy there. And Warner should have gotten a strike call that would have struck out the guy and ended the inning too. Because Kershaw was getting that same pitch as well.
Yeah, Kershaw went off. I was kind of scared about that. But yeah, not a great series, but can we say we're shocked? I didn't expect to win it.
I didn't expect to win it either, but I will say at least we made the games close. Our bullpen, our pitching really showed how good it really is.
Goddamn
I mean, the
Brent.
Dodgers averaged like 6 runs a game, and we kept them to 3 and 4. If we actually had some goddamn hitting, we probably would have actually pulled it off.
If we actually had some goddamn hitting, we would have been a higher seed.
Yeah.
But game 1, Brent Suter kind of ugh. Yeah. 3 hits, 5 walks, 3 earned runs. Why Council let him in for so goddamn long is something I'll never know. But who knows? Avasel Garcia actually did pretty damn well in the playoffs. He did amazing. He hit 500, which honestly isn't horrible.
He's not a bad player. I still think we could do better, but I never hated him though.
Keston Hira just is terrible this season. What
He
the
hit
hell
the
happened?
soft slump, as they call it.
He better
Hit
get his
Corbin
ass back.
Burns as well last year.
He better get his ass back in the batting cage.
He hit that sophomore slump, as they called it. It happened to Corbin Burns a year ago as well.
Yeah. Another thing. Injuries. Devin Williams, Corbin Burns were both injured this series. Had we have had Corbin Burns, I think we would have taken a game.
That's why we need hitting. We got the pitching. For once.
The offense during this playoff series. Wait, this is a playoff series?
Uh-huh. Yep.
During game 2. This is an elimination game? But yeah, the division series are set. The Rays and the Yankees. Yankees won game 1, 9-3. Astros won 10-5 in game 1 over the Athletics. The National League Division Series will be playing today as we record this. It's 12:30 in the morning. technically a Tuesday. They play today. Dodgers, Padres, Marlins, and Braves. But going back to the Brewers, you did send me something earlier that kind of made me shake my head a lot. So yeah, the Brewers could trim their payroll. GM David Stearns says team likely to cut payroll despite 3 straight playoff runs due to COVID-19 financial hardships. Oh boy.
Even though we got Braun's big contract on, and they still sold a lot of merchandise.
Exactly.
And you also got the TV contracts and all that stuff as well.
I was about to buy like freaking 30 jerseys just to pay for their freaking players.
Nah, they just pocket money.
Like legit. What do we have to do to get the money? Buy 30 jerseys of man. I don't know.
All players' costs will be going down for now because of this. That's all I can hope for. Because it doesn't look like we're exactly going on spending at the moment, and I don't like seeing that.
Yeah.
We got a great pitching staff. Well, maybe not starting rotation. We got a great bullpen. We got some nice young elite potential arms. I'd like to try to win, please.
Yeah. This pitching has probably been the best in a long time. Probably 2018, I don't know. But this pitching is probably better than 2018.
The pitching we got is probably the best we had since the 2011 team. We had Greinke and Giovanni Gallardo.
Yeah.
Back when we had Zach Greinke, I think we had Sean Markham was pretty solid too until the postseason that year. I always have to go all the way back to the 80s teams probably.
Yeah, and then probably
Gallardo, but still.
Yeah, then we could probably go back to 2008 when Sabathia legit carried us to the freaking he carried us to the postseason, and actually we got a game out of that series, but yeah, this pitching staff is really really damn good, and I just don't want to waste it. Hell.
Yeah, we got some grade A starting pitching, and we're gonna probably screw it up, so we don't want to spend on offense.
Exactly, they're gonna go the cheap route and probably sign. I don't even know at this point. Watch them just re-sign Justin Smoke.
They'll bring back Brock Holt. See, he did great in Washington.
I don't know. We'll make a free agency video, but I honestly really don't know anymore.
I don't even know what to expect right now, honestly.
That's why I wanted to wait for a while just to see like if any other news would come out, but I honestly don't even know. But yeah, I really don't want them to cut the payroll. Please don't. You're a freaking millionaire. Like legit. I bet even
before like $700 million. I think I'm sure he's got other money too from other stuff.
Yeah, you got freaking you got sponsorships.
Yeah, don't forget about that too. I just remembered that.
You got that one call, that's all guy.
And all the other stuff.
David
Johnson.
Yeah, where I work.
I also do Aurora too, where I work.
Wow, we're special.
Yep.
Man. But yeah. I guess we can move on.
I
Um,
don't think I got much else to add for the Brewers. I mean, sounds like they're trimming payroll and stuff. Well, I guess we could talk about Ryan Braun. I guess we really don't know if he's retiring yet. That was also kind of revealed. Guess there'll be a few more months until we know about that, I guess.
great.
At
Yeah.
least according to David Stearns from that one thing I sent you.
He better not wait too long, because if he does, and we sign other players, and um we don't have a roster spot, he's shit out of luck. I honestly can't see him going to a different team except for like the Dodgers, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like the Dodgers or Angels are the only other two teams you'd go to just because they're in LA.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame.
Actually, the Angels would be kind of cool, but see him with Trout, but
Yeah,
I,
that'd be kind of
I don't really
cool.
want to see him go anywhere though at this point because he's basically almost done. I'd rather have him finish his career in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I just want him to stay, please. Thank you.
He does
Um,
play at least play. I think he should play at least one more year though. I mean, he's only 36. He could easily play one more full year. Maybe he'll play in front of fans so he can kind of give a proper farewell. At least that's what I hope, anyways.
yeah, I'm hoping that too. Um, but I guess we can move on to week 4 of the NFL season. The Green Bay Packers defeated the Atlanta Falcons 30-16 in Monday Night Football, even with their two best receivers out with injuries. And oh boy, I want to speak about this. This bye week coming up next week could not have came at a better freaking time. I don't know if you watched the game or not. Did you?
Actually, not really. I just seen some highlights.
We had like a shitload of injuries.
Yeah,
Hell,
I
even
feel that.
Rogers limped at one point. I'm like, oh my fucking god, but he seemed okay. Um, just
Yeah,
tweaked
I
his
think he's
knee.
fine.
He just tweaked his knee on one play. But yeah, we had a shitload of injuries. It was not fun. We even had a guy go down with like a minute left in the game when it was already over with. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like,
That's
you
great.
gotta be kidding me. I mean, he ended up walking off on his own power, but like the training staff definitely was busy tonight and was definitely busy. It's going to be busy this week, and heading into our bye week and the week after that before our game. They're definitely gonna be really, really busy. um, yeah, Rogers, 27 of 33, torching that terrible Atlanta secondary. 327 yards, 4 TDs, only got sacked once. And that was on the play that I thought he really got injured on. Um, and he still has not thrown an interception this season. He's probably the front runner for MVP right now, in my opinion. I know Russell
Probably,
Wilson and others are going to be very good competition, but I think Rodgers is MVP.
it's probably Rogers or Wilson right now is my guess for MVP.
Yeah.
I'd probably get the Rogers though.
And Matt LaFleur has done a really, 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 really good job with this team. When we had Mike McCarthy, um, I think he's an overrated coach. I honestly think he's an overrated coach. Now, obviously, he was our head coach when we won the Super Bowl, um, but that's because he had Rodgers in his prime and one of the greatest defenses of all time in Packer history. So, of course, you're going to win a Super Bowl then. But I'll give him credit. We were a 6th seed and we ended up winning 3 away games that year to make it and win it. But you know, when you
Yeah, we
look at
should have made 2014, but of course we know about that.
Brandon freaking Bostic,
I'm not a McCarthy supporter, but I will support him there. We should have won that game and went to the Super Bowl that year. Thanks, Bostic.
yeah, I
That's
actually,
why I actually don't blame McCarthy. We should have actually made the Super Bowl that year if it wasn't for him, Bostic.
yeah, I remember on Twitter last week. This is actually quite funny. Brandon Bostic tweeted, "Go Pack Go," and I'm like, I still hate you for 26 or 2014, and I'm like, and some other guy legit replied, "Come on, man, he shouldn't have been in that position." I'm like, you know, maybe he shouldn't have, but you know,
He was. He should have made it.
he should have made that play. He even liked that reply to my tweet, and he actually liked that. And I'm like, whatever.
Wait, Bostic liked it?
Yeah, he liked the reply to the guy who replied to my tweet because he was all supportive and all that. I'm like, whatever. I'm
He
like,
should have made the play, and that's all that mattered.
yeah, he should have definitely made that play.
And it cost us a Super Bowl appearance and potentially a Super Bowl victory.
Yeah,
That's one I don't blame McCarthy on at all. I'm not a supporter of his, but that's one I don't blame him, though. He got screwed over on our Super Bowl appearance that year.
yeah, and you look at how the Dallas Cowboys are looking at this season. Um, they are 1-3, and their only win was a comeback against the Falcons. Really good, really great guys, really amazing.
The Cowboys, yeah. In that one game, they go 49 points. And the Colts, I think, all season long, have only given up like 42.
Yeah, and they
That's
also
like
given up. They given up 39 to the Falcons, 38 to the Seahawks, 49 to the Browns. Their first week was 20 to the Rams, but they're still lost there. But yeah, they just don't look good. Their defense is god awful. Their secondaries, they when they lost Byron Jones, that was probably a huge loss for that defense. He went to the Miami Dolphins. So yeah. They almost had another fourth quarter comeback, but legit after they scored that touchdown, Odell Beckham like freaking ran it for a touchdown the next play. It was the next play after they kicked it off. Oh, that's funny. Like they get the 2-point conversion, they kick it off, and then the first freaking play is a 50-yard rush by Odell Beckham for a touchdown. That's got to be a killer. But this is week 4. We had probably one of the greatest Thursday night football matchups ever. Both the 1-3 Denver Broncos against the 0-4 New York Jets. The Broncos ended up getting their first win of the season, 37-28, in a blockbuster, a slobber knocker.
What a game!
And then the Jaguars fall to 1-3 after losing to the Bengals 33-25. The Bengals now improved to 1-2-1.
Bill Burrow's first victory.
Obviously, we talked about the Cleveland Browns and the Cowboys already. How about the Lions? They choked a 14-0 lead and lost 35-29 to the New Orleans Saints. The Saints go up to 2-2. The Lions are down to 1-3. The Seahawks are still undefeated after winning 31-23 against the 1-3 Miami Dolphins. But I will say that
they struggled.
I will say that the Miami Dolphins definitely have looked better than a 1-3 record, but obviously they just can't get the victories. Um, the Los Angeles Chargers and Justin Herbert taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Herbert is still looking like a franchise quarterback, and Tom Brady, he threw another pick six, but it didn't matter at the end as the Buccaneers. I'm looking at the wrong team. I'm like, who picked off Brady? And I'm looking at all the scores with the Buccaneers on it.
Uh,
Michael Davis intercepted Tom Brady for a 78-yard return for a touchdown. But the Buccaneers still hold on to win 38-31 after a second half comeback. The Baltimore Ravens defeat the Washington Football Team 31-17. The Ravens improved to 3-1, and the the football team goes down to 1-3. But heading into Sunday Night Football, they had a lead in their division. Oh God, the Panthers.
Washington.
Yeah, the Panthers won 31-21 over the Arizona Cardinals. Both teams are 2-2. The Vikings are 1-3 after a victory over the Texans, a 31-23 victory, but the Texans get a victory because after the game they fired Bill O'Brien finally.
Yeah.
They should have done that before the off season, so they would still have DeAndre Hopkins. And here's the worst part about this: they don't even have their first and second round picks this upcoming draft.
Aren't they to the Miami Dolphins?
Yes, in the Laramie Tunsil deal, where they traded 2 first round picks and a second round pick to get Laramie Tunsil. But yet they're going to trade DeAndre Hopkins for an injury-prone running back and a second-round pick. And they trade a second-round pick to get an injury-prone receiver in Brandon Cooks.
Then they also signed Randall Cobb as well.
Yeah, they signed Randall Cobb. They had Kenny Stills as well. And they also have Will Fuller. So they got 4 receivers that are going to need the ball. But yeah. The Rams improved to 3-1 after a 17-9 victory over the Giants. The Giants fall to 0-4, and Joe Judge has yet to get his first win as a New York Giant head coach. That team is a mess.
What a victory for the Rams.
Man. And then the Colts actually look pretty good so far. They're 3-1. They beat the Bears 19-11.
The Bears are very lucky, honestly, other than that game. The Bears should be like 1-3 or 0-4, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with you. Big time.
Their only win was against, I think, the Falcons. That I think that you could say they earned. The Lions and the Giants. Well, it was the Giants and Lions. Well, I know the Lions because Swift or whoever dropped that pass.
Yeah, that was
and I think the other one was the Giants, if I remember. Which, yeah, I'm speaking much there.
Oh, so scared.
Then they got lucky with the Falcons choking, and then now they played a more legit team, and they lost.
But here's a legit team that I think is legit. The Buffalo Bills, who are 4-0 after a 30-23 win over the Raiders. They have a big time schedule coming up. They got a very hard schedule coming up. They're at Tennessee. They host Kansas City. They play the Jets. I mean, that's not tough, but it gets tougher after that. They host New England and Seattle. and then they go to Arizona, who could be a wild card this season and still be pretty damn good this year. They also
Mhm.
face San Francisco. If they get all their players back and healthy, that's going to be very tough. Pittsburgh, I could see being a tough one too. And then they face obviously New England again because of the division. But they got a very tough schedule for the rest of the season. Obviously, easy wins would be the Jets and the Dolphins maybe, and the Chargers potentially too. But I think they can. I think they can make the postseason still. I think they can still prove that they are definitely a contender this season.
Uh huh.
Um, the Eagles. The Eagles now lead their division with a 1-2-1 record after beating the Niners, an injury-prone Niners team, 25-20. God. Then the Patriots lost to the Chiefs, 26-10 on the first Monday night game of the day before the Packers and Falcons. So what a very interesting week 4. Obviously,
Yeah.
week 5 the Packers have a bye week, and as I said before, could not have came at a better freaking time. uh,
Yeah.
like legit. Um, but the week 6 when we come back to play the Packers and the Buccaneers on at 3:25 on the 18th. So that should be very fun and interesting to watch. Another test. Um, and we'll definitely be rested for it. Um, ooh, yeah, that's a Thursday game. The Chiefs and Bills. That's 4-0 versus 4-0 for week 6. But yeah, we'll definitely get into that later. The Packers and Lions are the only teams that have a bye week next week, so we'll have very few, or we'll not have we're not gonna have much to talk about next week at all, unless like some news about the Bucks or the Brewers come out. But
Yeah. Or Packers, they decide to make something, I guess.
I mean, if there's ever a time to make a trade, I think it's soon because our team's kind of getting torn apart. And if you do end up making a trade, like let's say they make a trade tomorrow, you got 4 days and then another week to get him into the team, and he should know it by then. Depending on who they trade for, obviously. Um, if they do end up making a trade, I wouldn't mind it being a receiver. I just don't know who it would be that they would trade for. Or if they would make a trade, maybe on the defensive side of the football, maybe. I don't know who. Again, I'll have to look. But yeah, um, I wouldn't mind them actually making a trade. But I think that's about it. Do you got anything else?
For the Packers side, I guess you could say for that Falcons game, I think we should give Jair Alexander a lot of credit for keeping Ridley to 0 points in fantasy, anyway, I should say.
Calvin Ridley, yeah, he had 5 targets and 0 receptions. Um, yeah, definitely a big thing. And also Julio Jones coming out early helped me a lot. I won in fantasy because of that. Yay! Uh, I was so scared because Allen Robinson got a touchdown late in that Bears game, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And then the kicker didn't do much at all. He only got 5 points on the Eagles. And I'm like, "Oh, god damn it!" And it was leading like 101-89 coming into the game, and I'm like, "Yeah, there's no way Julio doesn't score below 10." He scored like 5, and I'm like, "Oh, thank the Lord!" And then he got taken out. I'm like, "Yay!"
But
But
yeah, I really like this Packer team. They look pretty damn good.
yeah, I think
Last year, we only won 13-3. They just didn't look or feel like that.
Yeah. This year they would look and feel like that. If
Heck, they might even do better than 13-3, maybe.
16-0, no. But
This
yeah,
team looks really good. I just hope they. I actually would be against if they made a trade because I think this team could definitely win the Super Bowl.
yeah,
This is definitely a legit team, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing. We had a lot of injuries. I know the Falcons' defense isn't good, but we kept their offense really quiet, though, for the most part. And they have a really good offense. Of
yep,
course, else when Julio Julius goes out.
yeah. But I think that's it for now. Um, oh wait, there's more actually. The league has strengthened their stance on COVID violations. The league
Oh,
has now threatened teams with game forfeits. Last week, the NFL threatened teams with with the loss of draft picks for violating protocol. Now, the NFL said violations that require scheduled adjustments could result in forfeits, which honestly um, is the right thing to do. Because here's the thing: COVID is actually a really serious thing, and um, yeah, you don't want to, because like after week one, they fined like Sean Payton, and the Raiders, and also another team I don't remember, like millions of dollars for not wearing a mask, and yeah, now they better start doing that. They have been obviously, but they better not break protocol because that could result in a big time loss there.
yeah.
But then I think that's it now. I just saw that. I thought that was interesting. I was scrolling through Yahoo on the sports app, and I scrolled down to their stories, and I saw that. I'm like, wow, interesting. Might as well talk about it.
Uh-huh.
As yeah, I think that's it. Oh wait. Well, Darren Waller of the Raiders. Speaking of the Raiders, he was fined 30K for holding a charity event, but not because of the event, but because teammates were not wearing masks there. And yeah, they fined the teammates like 15K for even attending the damn thing.
Oh,
But I think we're gonna end it there.
yeah.
But yeah, like this video and all that, and we'll see you guys next week. Maybe I don't know. I actually don't know because we won't have much to talk about. But yeah, that's it for us.
We'll figure it out, I guess.
Yeah, bye week is always gonna be a not busy week, but we'll figure it out. All
Yep.
right, catch you later. Peace.